Chocolate pudding, please. Yes. What ingredients did you put in it? Right here. One of them. Is it organic? Is it sugar-free? Is it GMO-free? Is it dairy-free? Not GMO-free. I cannot have my dog eat GMO. Yes. Bye, Baker Woman. I love it. It was a pleasure to have you. Come back soon. Okay. Just as the sun was setting, she entered the deepest, darkest part of the forest. The fairies, like fireflies at twilight, flew around her and blew fern dust in her face. She felt a sleepiness come over her. I cannot take any. I cannot walk any further. I must take a rest. So she sat down on the soft grass of the fairy mound beside the road and closed her eyes. Suddenly, down, down, down she fell and landed flat, flat on a marble floor. All around her castles were blazing, and fairy folk were flying. The king and queen and princess and fairies sat on their tiny gold thrones. Cake is here! No. She is the person who bakes the cake. She is not the cake. Oh, silly! I want the cake now! I don't want to be patient! Oh. I think from the husband how I usually do. They'll keep me here forever and ever. She quickly gathered her wits about her and thought of a plan. Okay, I'll make you a cake. She took her apron from her pocket, gently tied it around her waist. She rubbed her hands together and said, where's some flour in a bowl? We don't have any flour, but ask for a bowl. I can't have a bowl that won't even hold an egg. You must go back to my house and get my big bowl and my big sack of flour. Easily done. Easily done. And the ground split open. The fairies flew back down the dark road through the woods to the baker woman's house. They peeked in the window at her husband sitting in the kitchen. So as not to be noticed, they made themselves invisible and they went in. Just as they were raising a great stack of flour, one fairy said, Wait, I've seen the baker woman put much more than flour in her cake. dog entertaining? No. My dog goes to the store. Let's go back to the house and get my dog. Easily done. Easily done. Muttered the king, becoming a bit impatient. He clapped his hands and he stamped his foot and the ground split open. The fairies flew back down the dark road through the woods to the baker woman's house. They made themselves invisible and they went in. They found the dog sleeping on the kitchen floor. Just as they were about to lift him up, one fairy said, "Wait, what if she bakes with her cat as well?" And some of the fairies went for the cat crawled peacefully under the table. The cat screeched and the dog snored. As they floated into the air and out the window on invisible fairy fingers, the baker woman's husband watched in disbelief. Back in the fairy kingdom, the tiny fairies licked their lips, rubbed their hands, and batted their wings, thinking about the fine cake that it would soon taste. The baker woman stirred to the dog's eating food. And the cat wrapped around her leg, purring contentedly.
I remember I used to be able to do
The
that.
baker woman stopped,
I wish I could.
said,
I used to.
Are you kidding me?
"Wait,
I know more.
I'm gonna quit worrying about my baby.
Call 911.
Let's go back to my house and get my baby." Easily done, easily done. But this is a lot good because I want the cake or sooner or later. The fairies flew back down the dark road through the woods to the baker woman's house. They made themselves invisible and they went in. They found a fat, giggling baby perched on a chair in the corner. Just as they were lifting the child into the air, one fairy said, "What if the child is hungry?" And a bowl of silver spoon floated out the window of the baby. "Wait! Stop!" cried the baker woman's husband. He dove out the window and ran and swore after them. Deep in the woods, the fairy mouth opened, and down into the dark hole tumbled the child, the bowl of porridge, and the spoon. The baker woman's husband jumped in after them and landed flat splat on the marble floor. All around him, candles were blazing and fairy folk were flying. His wife was standing in her big white bed. Then she whispered to her husband, "Pinch the dog." Why would she want me to do such a thing? But without a word, he crept over and gave the dog a good sound pinch, which set the dog howling. The baker woman stepped lightly on the cat's tail, which started the cat squalling. All the little fairy folk fell on the floor, clutching their hands. But there's one thing the baker woman knew, and that fairies don't like noise. Okay. If you act nicely without capturing me. And I'll be glad to bake you a cake. He clapped his hands, and he stamped his foot, and the ground split open. The baker woman wrapped her wee baby in a bowl of batter. Her husband carried the ingredients and the spoon. With the dog and the cat following, they scurried down the dark road through the woods and did not look back once until they were safe inside their house with the cake baking. When it was done to a golden brown, the baker woman proudly took it out of the oven. Her husband looked at the thought of her good baking. When she took the cake and started towards the door. Hey, wait, wasn't that cake for me? No. Half? No. A slice? No. Or a crumb? No. Bravely, she walked down the dark road through the woods to the little green hill and set the cake down. She must have glanced away for a moment, for when she looked back was a piece of fairy gold. The baker woman picked up the gold and admired it. She put it in her pocket, but she knew she just couldn't keep it for herself, for it would turn to dust. For fairy